we came home one day. It was me, my wife, and our 3-month-old son. And we just had put him down to sleep. And me and my wife were about to go outside for a cigarette. And we noticed, like, I would say like a handprint, but just without the palm. It was exactly like this. It was kind of like a pattern. It was, yeah, something like that, but the hand was a lot bigger than mine. We saw it here, and we were kind of freaked out. We didn't really know what to do, so my wife scrubbed it off, and 5 minutes later, the same print is back. It's like it just reappeared. So, you know, we're a little bit more freaked out, so I used a degreaser, and I scrubbed it again, and 5 minutes later, it reappeared. So we didn't really know what to do. We went outside, came back in, and we noticed another handprint, the same exact one on that wall we saw exactly right here. And some of it is actually still here, because here's the thumb where it would go, and it's exactly like this. The same exact thing that was on the previous wall I showed you. Okay. Now I don't know if you can see, like right up here, do you see it? There's actual fingerprints up in this area.
I see it with my own eyes, but
right.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's roughly right above where the flashlight is showing.
Turn off that white light for a second. Can you see it there, Dave?
Not too much with the IR light.
The UV.
I mean, through my IR camera, it's hard to see.
Okay. I can see it with my naked eye right there in it.
Mm-hmm. It's exactly
right in that corner. Yeah.
Right. Now, a lot of people say that that they would consider this, you know, if just anyone walking in, that it would be from the cable guy. Which, to a sense, you know, if nobody's ever dealt with anything like this before, you would assume that also. But what's weird is there's nothing going up here. There's nothing here. Not one thing. And it starts in this corner. That's where it starts. Then there's nothing along this wall until you hit this corner. Then it is right here.
And that's handprint or blood or red?
That's just a fingerprint. Just like the others that were over there.
Okay.
And then there's nothing under here. Now over here looks like it could be a handprint. I mean, you could see it very vaguely. It's on this wall, and right where I'm shining, it looks like dried up blood. Do you see it?
Yeah, I saw it.
Okay. And right up here on the ceiling as well, looks like dried up blood. And in the bedroom...
Now, just to confirm that you didn't see this when you first moved in.
No, for the simple fact that we were told that every wall was repainted, just fresh, brand new. And I mean, the first day we walked in, we smelled nothing but paint, so we knew that it was legit. So everything, I mean, there was not one mark, not a little scratch, not anything on the walls, because we inspected them.
And then how long after you moved in did this start happening, approximately?
We were here about 4 to 5 months. I'd say about the second month we started seeing and hearing everything.
Okay.
So now the bedroom had what I consider as the most activity, for the simple fact that in here, this area right here was where my son's crib was. Okay. Now we had put a rosary after we had started seeing and hearing things. You know, we were just being, you know, cautious of everything, because we didn't know exactly what this was, whether it was a mean spirit or, you know, a demonic presence, anything in that effect. So we put a rosary right here. And right here and all around the rosary is dried up blood. Now that's, to me, that's unexplainable, because it's a silver rosary. Silver can't make dried up blood on a white wall. And let's see, what else? Closet. Yes. Thank you, babe. Now the closet, can you see them? The scratches?
Yeah.
Okay. Now the scratch, these doors were brand new. Everything was brand new before we walked in. Now these up here are explainable. This, for the simple fact, when you slide this door, it cuts it from up here. It chips it a little bit. So that I knew automatically. But this is unexplainable. And it looks like the scratching starts from here and ends up there. And, you know, it couldn't be this door because there's a stopper right up there. And it stops, and you got about a good half an inch before it would even touch that. Like I said, the scratches. And then our door on the inside, and we don't use this, right here, there's a big gouge missing out of it. And it's pretty deep. Do you see it?
Yeah, I can see it.
So, and again, to me, that's unexplainable. Because we first moved in, and we threw everything in the closet, and we barely go in the closet. So, I really don't know how that exactly came about.
If someone like swung this door open, where exactly
Would
how's
it
gonna
stop?
hit? Yeah, or does it hit it?
Now look.
Excuse me.
Look at the gap between it.
And
You
that
see?
stopper's always been on there?
Yep. See?
Okay.
And it stops everything, even down here. It doesn't even get close to the door.
Okay, yeah, that was my first guess when
Right.
when you first showed me that it was maybe the door slamming,
Right,
rubbing against it, but looks
Right.
good to see.
But yeah, I mean, all the way down too.
Yeah, you can see the gap.
Yep.
And the handle doesn't even touch.
No.
Yeah.
See? I'm pushing on the door, and it's still not touching.
Okay.
So, and that stopper's been here since we got here. 2 days ago, because I came here with one of my good friends, because he was helping me undo everything so we could pack it the next day. And he ended up going outside talking to his mom and having a cigarette, and I was in here, and whatever's in here, it turned off the fan on me 3 times, made my phone malfunction. I couldn't call, I couldn't text, I couldn't do anything. My phone was froze.
Yeah.
As soon as I step outside, my phone turns on, the fan's going, I come in, phone's malfunctioning, fan's off. So I was like, well.
Could you recall anything? I mean, we're not going to pass judgment on you at all. Have you dabbled into anything? Used a Ouija board?
No.
Dabbled into
Never.
magic,
Never.
black magic, or
No.
anything? Or
Honestly, no.
I'm afraid of all that.
yeah, I'm just trying to see if maybe
Well,
some door was
those are-
open.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Ouija board is the perfect portal to be open for any demon or any type of spirit.
Any maybe friend of yours that came here or something that maybe no?
I mean, years ago when I was a kid, me and my girlfriend got on a Ouija board, but after she asked a certain question, I stopped because she asked what my grandfather's name was after he had passed away, and it spelled out the name, and I never wanted nothing to do with a Ouija board.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah,
I never
there's-
touched it.
Good
And I
for
won't.
Yeah, those are, it just freaked me
Well,
out.
some people don't want to play with it.
Right.
You're opening a portal for them to come in.
Right.
You're welcoming them.
Only a few people know how to open a portal and close it properly.
Right.
And people
Keyword,
go Ouija board
properly.
and open it and never close
It's
it.
got to be these
Right.
pumps I'm feeling.
I seen something in the bedroom.
What did you see?
I'm feeling a cool breeze on my right hand and wrist. Just all of a
What
sudden.
did you see in the bedroom?
just-
I
Like the
seen like a
chills.
shadow, like above that light, and it went from left to right.
Could it, Len? Could you move your arm or anything just to see if it, for some reason, could be Len that you see?
No.
No. And you didn't
It's in
move,
that
right,
wall.
Victor?
My shadow.
Your shadow stay on you.
I
shadow's
can go
right
in
here
there and
in front
show
of me
you
on
where
this
it
wall.
was.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah, if you don't
And
mind.
I can see my hat behind you, Dave.
I know, yeah, I
Okay.
can see your
I'm
shadow
just
there.
making sure.
Where I seen the shadow
What?
was right here.
Okay.
From here, and it shot this way.
How big was it?
Oh, no, you know what, that's the
It was thin, maybe like this, and it just went this way.
And
And it was black.
did it blacken the whole wall or just the size you said?
No, just the size I
Just the
said.
side, just
Yeah.
small?
And then I seen a little light
Interesting.
behind Victor as he was standing here after she seen that, you felt that, I seen a little light on this wall.
Okay.
Yeah.
That was interesting because I was not moving. I was not moving at all.
No, you were standing
And
there.
I was actually putting weight on my hand. I couldn't move it easily, and it felt like just something went right over my wrist and hand.
I tell you,
Oh, I have
from my
chills
feet
here.
all the way to my neck. No, you know what? Even my hair, it feels like,
Right here it feels cold.
yeah,
Around my head.
I'm cold, you know,
I'm cold.
and it feels like something's like, I'm sorry?
You have a mouth?
Yeah, I have,
We did turn the heat down, correct?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
I put it
that's
all the
true.
way down.
Okay.
Yeah.
And it doesn't.
I mean, it's a 0.5, 0.4
Yeah.
right now, well, it's going down now. But I'm still close to that.
That's a pump, yeah.
It's got good electrical here. I'm getting 0.
The smelling of sulfur.
Yeah. This is
Yeah,
what
okay,
kind of
so-
threw me off track. It was after, actually it was right before we heard the stomping and the growling.
Mhm.
I went into the bathroom and I smelled something funny. And my wife was on the couch with our son, and I'm sniffing, and it smelled like a burning fire smell, like sulfur.
Mhm.
And I was like, what is that from? So I was like, you know what, let me ask my wife, maybe she can smell it. And I didn't tell her what I smelled. I come out here, I was like, babe, come, smell the bathroom or whatever. So she comes in there and I was
I'm sorry, that just sounded funny. Come on, man, I got a friend for you in there.
she's like, nope, I will stay on the couch. No, but sure enough, she went in there, and I was like, tell me what you smell. And she's like, it smells like fire, like fire is in the walls. And I was like, exactly what I smelled, that's sulfur. So I went on Google and I looked on, your guys' websites, and it says that a burning fire smell like sulfur in one specific room is basically the demon is welcoming himself or herself in. So, and then I went in there, well, we left after that and came in the front room.
Well, I had to check the vent to see if it
Yeah,
was through the vent.
and there was,
The
when I
vents.
went up to the vent, no smell whatsoever. It was just plain, just like now, nothing.
And where that wall you're smelling at, what's
Whoa.
behind?
Did you hear that, Dave?
Yep.
Yes.
I heard it
It's
go.
the second time. I went from 0 to 2 on the meter.
That's a big spike.
Spike.
A 2.0 or a 0.2?
2.0.
Yeah, that's a big one.
It takes a 1 for this thing to even light up.
And then,
And that's the second time that's happened over here.
so after I smelled the vent and it was pure nothing,
Yeah.
I come back out and we're in the front room.
I heard that.
Yeah, the thing lit up red.
Is anyone here with us? Who's making the meter go off? If that was you, make it go off right now. On my command. Is that someone?
It was over here.
Yeah,
I heard it.
It was a click.
It was like the clicking or click. Yeah,
Mhm.
it's like crackling or almost.
Right.
Yeah. I assume that was one.
I'm not.
No.
No.
Okay. Let's just finish. Let's finish up.
Yeah,
So we
Let's
start.
finish,
Yeah.
finish up.
This is sorry. Yeah.
No, it's okay. So what happened was we go out into the front room and we're sitting there and it's a good 15, 20 minutes. And my wife's like, you know what, go smell the bathroom, see if it still smells like sulfur. So I was like, all right. So I go in there and all of a sudden I start feeling like something's either trying to get in and trying to pull, me out of my body.
Man, sorry, you're scared the crap out of me. I thought someone
Yeah.
was trying to grab me. I saw the shadow.
I see
Sorry.
him over there.
I look up and I saw a hand like,
I'm not gonna grab you, Dave. You're not my type.
So, okay, and I'm sorry.
No, it's
You
okay.
finished?
But you felt a sensation of like almost like.
Yeah, like I felt like I was starting to get weak. My eyes were drooping. I just felt extremely weak, like all my energy was gone. So I'm starting to walk out of the bathroom and I'm like, I'm like starting to go down because I'm losing all my energy. It was like hard for me to breathe. And as soon as I passed, right here, because at this point before I passed, I was like down like this and I was holding the wall because I couldn't breathe, nothing. And I mean, as soon as I came out here, I stood up and I was perfectly fine. And I was like, that was the weirdest thing that's ever happened. I had no clue what it was, why it did it, anything. Now, it started with my wife. Neither one of us had ever had anything to do with a seizure ever before in our lives. She's 21, about to be 22, and I'm about to be 21. So, like I said, everything's fine. We, go to my dad's, nothing. Her grandma's, nothing. We go everywhere, nothing. Soon as we moved into this place, very shortly after, she started to have seizures every morning and every night. She would wake up, sit for a minute, she's out. Good half hour to an hour. She would finally come out of it right before she's about to go to bed, another one would happen. And that's like 45 minutes to an hour. And it was just every morning, every night for, 2 weeks?
That's the first time you called me and said,
Yeah.
Mama, something's wrong with Abby. So I come over here and I told them to call an ambulance. So they took her and she has been to 4 different hospitals. She's had an EEG and she's had all kinds of tests done and
Blood
they can't
work,
find
everything.
nothing wrong with her.
EEG, MRI, they've drawn blood,
Everything.
and they still can't find what's wrong with me.
They say everything comes up normal.
And then Josh, he had a seizure
had-
one time
I
at
had
our house.
the worst seizure.
He went into convulsions.
Oh, I had extremely...
And they had to sedate him so heavily. It took 8 people to hold him down to sedate him. And they had to sedate him with so much medicine that I actually had to give him a breathing
That wasn't
tube.
here, that was at your house?
That was
Yes.
at my house.
But we
And
were getting ready
we
to
were
come
getting
here.
ready.
They were getting ready to come home.
Yeah,
He was on a breathing tube, a feeding
feeding
tube.
everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, and as the 8 people were trying to hold me down, it was like I was fighting them because I didn't want them to do anything. They gave me everything and any kind of medicine that just straight knocks you out cold.
They give him the most amount that they've ever given anybody was to
and
Josh.
anybody, ever. And
I
I
just got
was
the
still
chills.
going.
The baby was in the swing, and he kept looking at that corner, which is how we found that first handprint, because he kept looking at that corner.
By the door there?
Yes.
And then I picked him up, and he was crying and everything. So normally how I hold him, one arm's here and the other one's just on top of him. But he didn't access his face, and I had showered him before I put him in the swing. And that was maybe 15 minutes before I noticed that he had a scratch right below his eye.
And it was actually a kind of deep scratch.
Just a singular scratch?
Yes.
Just one, and it was just perfect. Like the cheekbone right here, just straight across it.
Now, do you think, I know at times, with my daughter, like her fingernail could be sharp.
Right,
or something.
accidentally.
Yeah.
I had cut the baby's nails in the morning.
Okay.
And
So,
anytime I cut his nails, I make sure that there's no
no
sharp
access for
or
him.
anything.
What about yours?
Oh, mine are always cut.
Always. And I don't have nails. So.
Also, too, right around Christmas, me and my husband had come over and were we exchanging? Or what were we doing? I don't remember exactly what we were doing, but we have noticed that Josh, there it goes, had to see, he's starting to get real mean and nasty.
There it
There
is.
it is.
I've
that was a big
never,
one. That just lit up the whole bathroom.
I've never seen him talk to his wife. Never. Ever the way that he started to.
It was
To
like
the
something
point
else was inside of me.
Where I started to tell him, dude, slow down, what are you doing? You've never talked to your wife like that.
do you remember that, or is that
And we
just
would
a phone?
fight constantly.
Vaguely.
Oh, they were terrible at each other they'd fight over toilet paper. It was just ridiculous.
But it happens to be that all the fighting and all the arguing and him being very aggressive towards
Happens
me
here.
happens here. And anytime we're out, we're perfectly fine.
Like nothing's wrong.
Have you talked to your neighbors? And have
Yes.
they had any experiences about
Ah, that's
Some of our
what
neighbors
exactly.
have had
Yes.
experiences. one behind us, maybe 2 doors down. Whenever he's playing his PlayStation or anything, he gets shoved
And from behind him.
And sometimes it's to where he drops his control from being shoved so hard.
And it's only him and his wife living there, and his wife's at work.
And then, I think it was you, this is what I was going to ask, I remember now. You said someone looked into and found there was a couple documented deaths within the complex or
Yes.
something? Or?
Yeah, actually, our neighbor from down on the
At the
corner, he was having maggots go through his apartment,
From
and
his
he
ceiling.
told the landlord, and the landlord found a dead body here on the corner,
Yes.
Yeah, two doors down.
which is the first apartment up here, and 2 people on the other side, they had overdosed
Yeah.
Oh, really?
A male and a female.
On the other side there?
on the
Yeah.
other side.
Heroin.
And right before Christmas, in the building across from us, a 25-year-old kid died of overdose.